Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Okay, that's just kind of silly now, but you know what? You know what my favorite thing about Thunder Road is when Tina Turner comes out and like sings at the Thunderdome. The Thunderdome. Come on. Come on. Really? Come on. That was great. That was great. That was amazing.
Hillred's Barter Town.
Thank you, Tina Turner. You were a treasure. Hello, Misfits. It's time for another Under the Lid, and today we're taking a look at Thunder Road Vendetta, blazing a trail through stores everywhere. Actually, through Kickstarters everywhere, because I don't think it's available in stores yet. It was available at Gen Con, and I unfortunately missed the Kickstarter because the first version came out and they canceled it, and then they relaunched it later on, and I missed the second launch. And so I was extremely sad about that. However, I was extremely happy because I went to Gen Con, and at Gen Con, Restoration Games sells their Kickstarter stuff. So you get everything you get if you Kickstarted it. And I was happy to run home with a copy. So this is the Maximum Carnage edition. This is the Uber edition that comes with all the extra minis, all the extra maps, everything. And we'll go into that too, because you don't get this with the normal stuff. Normally you got to buy the base box, get the expansions, and even then you don't get the cool washed minis and stuff like that. So this sold out like within the first half hour, the first day, all their copies. I had to run over to their second booth. Remember that, Mr. Tom? I literally went up there. It was the first half hour of the con. I'm like, can I get this? And they're like, that was our last copy. But if you're in our other booth, we have like 5 copies left. I'm like, ah! And it was literally on the other side of the convention hall, which you haven't been to Gen Con. It's huge. Ran all the way to the other side and put a hot wheel.
We lost Anthony.
Yeah, no, you totally lost me. And it was like 3 copies when I got there, and people were talking about it in line. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, don't buy the last 3 copies. So I managed to get one. And the next day, they got a few more in, and they sold out within 15 minutes. So long story short, this game's amazing.
That was short.
Yeah, shush. Anyway, this game's amazing. It is blazing a trail. I'm not kidding. It was at Hot Games at Dice Tower. Everybody's raving about this game. Restoration Games has another hit in their hands. Ironically, I gave them the idea. I'm going to take the credit for taking the idea because I actually own the original of this and I absolutely loved it. And I was hoping that they will. You know what? I'm going to get to the. Should I get to this first, or do you think the box first?
The box first.
Box first. I agree, sir. I agree. So I was actually really hoping that they would redo this game because it was actually one of those older games that just was really good, a really solid game. And they did it again. They took a game like Dark Tower was originally and made it even better. So this is Thunder Road Vendetta. There is no Tina Turner in this game. I'm sorry. However, Mad Max, Mel Gibson himself is probably in there. Do we even see Mel Gibson anymore? I don't know what he's doing these days.
Not after that rant of his.
Oh, okay. We don't talk about that then. He did Apocalypto, though. Apocalypto was a cool movie. Did you see that movie? Apocalypto?
Nope.
It was actually a really good movie. So this goes into the other characters and obviously all the other rules. If you got the Kickstarter version, you get the Motorcycle Gang and you get the Big Rig, which are 2 unique units that people can play as, and it's really, really cool. Actually, I played at Dice Tower East, and somebody played the Big Rig, and that was really freaking cool. But this game is kind of fast and furious, and I'm not kidding when I said it's Mad Max. You have a collection of cars and destruction vehicles that you ride on the road, showcased here. And you have boards, you lay them out, and you drive on these boards, and there's obstacles and ramps and all kinds of stuff that make your car slide around and jump and all the kinds of things. And the goal is you have to blow up all the other people driving with you. And I think it ends after 5 roads clear, because as you get to the end of the road, you replace the road, slide the other one back, and if they're at the previous road, you automatically lose those cars. So you got to also keep racing as fast as you freaking can, because if you get left behind, you lose your units. It's a very, very fast and furious game. Now this is the Kickstarter edition, like I said, and we have these gorgeous shaded, I should say washed minis. Now a normal team comes with 3 vehicles, and I'm going to pull up blue because that's my favorite. You got your medium-sized vehicle, that's your heavy vehicle, your RV. You have your medium vehicle, and you have your buggy. Now all these will gun stuff down and do damage. Some are harder to hit, some are easier to hit. Some hit more, some hit less. And then you have your unique units. You have your Motorcycle Gang, which is awesome. So instead of having a group of cars, you can drive around a motorcycle gang. That seems like a youth thing, Tom, right? Motorcycle Gang?
I'm waiting for the big rig.
He's waiting for the Big Rig. All right, so that's a Motorcycle Gang. You drive around these. I actually didn't get to see these played yet, so I'm excited because they probably don't hit as hard and drive really fast, but they're probably
very maneuverable.
And very maneuverable, yeah. They also have wreck minis, so if your car gets trashed, there you go. You also have a helicopter in everybody's team. Helicopters are a separate thing you can activate, and they come down and just start mowing other cars down, which is super cool. Now, Thomas, the moment you've been waiting for. Got your Big Rig, sucker, right here. Look at this. Yeah, no, it's not a small mini, right? It's super cool. So this is actually pegged together, and you peg them, and you actually drive them on the road like this. You have to. It has its own rules. Each section of this has its own rules, and so when other people attack it, since you only have one unit, they have to wear each of these chunks of this thing down. And it is impressive looking, and they did a great job with this big rig. And of course, there's the same color for the other teams, same wash and everything. You have a green, a beige, and a white team, and they come with their own helicopters and the same units as the blue that I showed you here. But that's a lot of minis already. Like, you're already impressed with the minis, right?
It's impressive.
It's not bad at all. And then we got trays for the different things that they store in here. And then we're gonna get to the dice and the cards, which got flopped around too. Look at this. So we got different dice, little old schooly looking. These actually look kind of like the same.
Chunky.
They're big and chunky. These actually, I think, I almost want to say they might have just opened all the copies of the old one and threw the dice into the new ones because they look exactly the same. These are old school. For those that remember the dark days of dice, remember these are classic Risk, old school. You find in every edition of Monopoly dice or whatever. They never, see, back in the day, they weren't like, oh, we can monetize dice. Every dice was the same, every 6-side, other than color. You know what I mean? And this is your destruction dice, like different things can happen. It's a randomized dice. A lot of action there. So surprisingly, actually, let me get to the bottom here. I got some more stuff. There isn't actually a ton more stuff to this. You have your other dice. There is dice rolling in this game, but you can mitigate it. You can do other things with it. You jump on top of other cars, and the cars do fit on other cars, actually. Boom, see? They're designed that way. Pretty cool, right? Wow. So you can actually slam on top of cars and knock them off the road. This is very cool. And then you have your cards here. I'm going to pull these out. And then you have road conditions. So not only do you have your general road stuff that's on there, but you have road conditions. You have like different things that affect the field. So like this one, for example, at the end of your turn of your vehicle, you move is in the lead or tied for the lead on this road tile. Marauder shoots your vehicle. So basically, you just random Tuscan Raiders out there. Yeah, that should be an edit cut right there, buddy. Throw the Tuscan Raider gunshot in there, right? There you go. Yep. There you go. See, look, I'm giving editing advice. Look at me. I'm crazy. It's like Mad Max time for me, buddy.
Yeah, I don't want to cross the streams, man.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I get that, but it's kind of like a pod race. Listen, Restoration Games, I know there's not a pod racing game. However, there you go. You can easily, somebody can segue this into a pod racing game. Just saying.
Yeah, but then they got to give half their money to Disney.
I mean, there already are. They have Marvel games. They already have Marvel games. So there you go. Actually, you know what game? So Restoration Games. Let's see. What other games can they make? They already made some of the biggest of our time. Dark Tower, Fireball Island. This game was a pretty decent game, but they made some of the biggest games. So Misfits, what games would you like to see restored? Like what games? And anybody put in the comments too what games you'd like to see them restored next from your childhood. What do you? I was gonna say Rodney Dangerfield's game, maybe.
Rodney Dangerfield had a game?
Oh, I own it. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
I have a Rodney Dangerfield game.
I
no
would
lie.
love to see it.
It's called. Guess what it's called?
No Respect.
Exactly. He has 100%, 1000% right. It is called No Respect. It is in my garage as we speak, buddy. I will show you later.
I'll trade you that for my Mad Magazine game.
Done. There you go. It is awesome. I kept it just because it's Rodney Dangerfield. It's got no real value to it. It wasn't a necessarily great game if I recall, but it was. I mean, it was Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, it was awesome just because he was in it. It was like, when they take random celebrities, because they had a Trump game too and stuff like that, and all these other kind of games where they had celebrities and stuff like that, and they just threw them in a game for giggles. Oh, by the way, sorry, we're talking about this game right now. Miss Betty, Bumpo the Clown, which is a kind of a nod to Twisted Metal, which, by the way, that TV series is awesome if you haven't seen the Twisted Metal series. Abigail, Asha, Madame Boudreaux, Machine Gun Joe Esquire. I love the fact that he has a monocle and it's called Esquire. That's pretty amazing. Cruft, Chris Crass, Wong Lei Hong, and Vince Vamp.
That was the name I used to strip under in college.
and Burko. That's a good. Kudos to you guys for those names. That's amazing. Oh my God, that's funny. So I'm going to go on. So that's all that comes in the main box. The main Kickstarter box, mind you, not the main retail box, I'm sure. But the Kickstarter also comes with this bundled together stuff. So the ultimate box for the ultimate race, this comes with not only the base game, but it comes with those big rig, of course. It comes with these extra cards. It comes with extra tracks. and a chop shop, which I don't even know what that is, an exclusive crew leader, and Barco. And then German engineering. That's another expansion. So there you go. Are you excited, Tom? You look kind of excited.
I'm excited.
I was talking about that, Tom. But yes, he's giving me thumbs up.
You have to specify it, remember.
Yeah, I know, that's true. We got both Toms in the studio today. Who, Tom did his Top Gun thing today, which I'm excited to see. I'm very excited about that. So you have your racer cards here. So this is like your bikes and things like that. This is the big rig. So each of the big rig has its own section that you do damage to, and the bikes have their own sections that you do damage to. There's a lot going. I mean, there's a lot to this game, but it's not super complicated though. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in it, but this game it's at best a medium weight. It's more like medium light. It's not very complicated. You drive your cars and you blow things up. There's more stuff.
Sounds like Rush Hour to me.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, you guys will like this game, I think. If you like if you like the idea of driving cars and blowing each other's up and racing as fast as you can, then this is for you. So you have parking lot, runaway ruin, the snake way, all these different tracks that basically you put together as you drive along your track. So they fit together like this, and that's basically your track. And you're basically all driving along here, trashing each other. And then you have oil slicks that will slow your car down and make your car slide out. You literally have walls. If you get slammed in a wall, you'll take damage and or blow up. Now the cool thing about it is you roll your dice, and basically your dice you can put in slots on your vehicle to have it do different things, or general stuff. Even if you rolled a crap number, let's say, you can still do stuff with it. So, oh man, that does not look like a good time.
Yeah, that's gotta be a problem.
that's not a good time. And the Scorcher, which isn't much better. It's called the Ring of Fire and the Scorcher. Serpent's Tongue. The Zago, that looks like a horrible track to drive. Jeez. The War Zone. the salty dog leg.
That's your terrain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. So they give you lots in this box. That's everything in the Kickstarter, but geez, I don't feel cheated at all. There's a lot of stuff, and a lot of good stuff at that. Like I said, I can't say this game is just fast and furious fun. It's not anything super deep, but it is a load of fun. You guys excited to try this game out?
Yeah, let's shoot stuff.
We're going to definitely shoot this stuff. Until then, of course, guys, it's been Under the Lid. Everybody's excited to play this game. I know I am. Until then, of course, we don't need another hero. Game on.